Hi guys, I'm Maria and welcome to another movie talk. I have to say, it's been a pretty good summer for movies. However, I am becoming more and more excited about different types of projects that have been announced very recently. From what I've gathered, a lot of music biopics will be coming out between 2014 and 2015. From rock and rolls to blues to funk, it seems like all the upcoming biopics are about legendary artists, and these are just 5 of the many new movies that I'm excited to see. Number 1 on my list is a movie that has already come out in theaters, and it's the story of James Brown. The movie is called Get On Up. Get On Up tells the story of the godfather of soul, a man that has been so influential on so many musical genres. And I'm happy to say the movie is not covering just one small part of James Brown's life. It's gonna go from the very beginning to his upbringing in extreme poverty and a broken home, to the beginning of his career and his inevitable rise to fame. You got really good names behind this project. You got Tate Taylor as a director, he also directed The Help, Mick Jagger is the producer, and Chadwick Boseman will be playing James Brown. You might know him from 42, he played Jackie Robinson in that movie. You also got Dan Aykroyd, Viola Davis, Jill Scott. So far, every name I've heard I like. The movie has been out for a couple of weeks in theaters, and I'm very excited to see it. I haven't had a chance yet. It's a project I'd heard nothing about. I only just saw the trailer like a month ago, but I'm very excited to see it. What I saw from the trailers, they didn't show James Brown full on in his prime, but what I saw I liked. It seems like a very compelling story and I have very high hopes for it. The next movie on the list is called All By My Side, and it's the story of the best guitarist in the entire world, Mr. Jimi Hendrix. The movie is directed by John Ridley, and starring as Jimi Hendrix will be Andre 3000. The first time I heard he was going to play Jimmy, I wasn't very sure about it. I thought, well, maybe that's okay. And then I saw a picture of him with the hair and the guitar and the colorful clothes, and I thought, yeah, this might work. In terms of looks, I think Andre is fine. I'm just not entirely sure if he can portray Jimmy properly, or if they're even going to try to emulate his voice, because to me, his voice is very distinguished. There are so many reasons as to why making this movie is a good idea. Then after a little bit of research, I found out why maybe they haven't made this movie before. It turns out that All Is By My Side won't actually have any of Jimi Hendrix's song. Yeah, you heard me right. So you're making a movie about Jimi Hendrix, but we're not going to include any of his music in it? No Voodoo Child? No Purple Haze? No Machine Gun or Foxy Lady? What? Yeah, it seems like that's the case. So apparently Hendrix's estate denied the filmmakers the rights to use Jimmy's music. It seems like they didn't like the way they were going to represent Jimmy's life, so they denied them the permission to use it. However, it seems that Ridley decided to go ahead with the project, and they're gonna set the movie around the time before his rise to fame. You'll find out that Jimmy did play a lot of covers from very famous artists, like the Beatles, Bob Dylan, Muddy Waters, and they're all very famous songs, so I think in that part it will be enjoyable, but the fact that there's none of his original music, it's such a letdown. The early showings of the movies have demonstrated that the reviews are a little bit mixed. IMDb rated as a 5.4, and many people have said that their version of Jimi Hendrix is very fictitious. The movie comes out on September 26th, and I have my mixed feelings about it, but nonetheless, I will go see it, and you will see a review about it very soon. The next exciting project that is in the works as we speak is a movie about Miles Davis called Miles Ahead. The movie will be directed and produced by Don Cheadle, and he will be starring as Miles Davis as well. It seems like the movie is going to be focusing on his transition back to music after a 5-year hiatus that was also very well known as his silent years. What's very interesting about this project is that the biopic is actually crowdfunded. What it means is that the project has been in the works for the past 10 years or has been seriously talked about. Basically, there was a petition requesting for the movie to be made, and donations from the fans and public are what's making it happen. So overall, Don Cheadle managed to collect about $325,000, and that's what's making the movie. As of today, they haven't announced a release date for this movie, but recently a few pictures of Don Cheadle in character came out and it looks amazing. They have currently started filming in Cincinnati, so hopefully the movie will come out sometime next year. The next music biopic will be of one of the best piano man and showman of all time, and that is Sir Elton John. So the working title for this movie is Rockin' Minute, and as you might have guessed, there's not a lot of information out there, but it is official that there's a movie in the works, and it's official who will be playing Elton John. At first it was rumored that maybe Justin Timberlake might be the guy, but it's not him, and you will never guess in a million years. So the person who will be playing Sir Elton John is no other than Mr. Tom Hardy. To which my initial response was, what? If you don't know Tom Hardy, he is my husband. He's also Bane from The Dark Knight Rises. He's also in Inception, and he plays Charles Bronson in the movie Bronson. Even though I was a little bit skeptical at first because they picked the butchest, most masculine, most gorgeous man I have ever laid eyes on to play Sir Elton John, I'm actually all for it because I know he's really amazing. And I know he will do a great job because far beyond Elton John's music and the fact that he wasn't openly gay for many years, Elton John's story is very interesting. There was so much internal conflict. There's the subject of the stardom, the absolute excess of drugs and sex, and I think nobody can play that conflict better than Tom Hardy, who has shown in the past that he's incredible at playing these characters with these kinds of complexities. The only doubt I have in my mind, and it's not really a big doubt, is whether Tom Hardy can actually look like Elton John. He has always been able to transform his body, that is for sure. But if you'd asked me who looked like Elton John, I wouldn't have picked Tom Hardy in a million years. But it's fine, I have complete faith in his acting abilities, and apparently the guy can sing as well. So I am fully supportive of the decision of Tom Hardy being Elton John. The movie is going to be directed by Michael Garcia, who directed Billy Elliot and War Horse, and I cannot wait. Now, the last music biopic on my list is one that I am incredibly happy about and at the same time very disappointed, and it's a movie about Freddie Mercury. Originally, Dexter Fletcher was going to be the one to direct the movie about Freddie Mercury's life. And in case you don't know who Freddie Mercury is, he was the lead singer of Queen, one of the best singers ever, and the coolest guy in the universe. Actually, Sacha Baron Cohen was going to be the guy to play Freddie Mercury, to which I thought, yes, he has the perfect look for it. He was actually on board since 2010, but he dropped from the project last summer due to creative differences. Queen guitarist Brian May later explained that the band's surviving members came to realize that Baron Cohen's distinctive presence would be too much of a distraction in the film. On top of that, the director bailed from the project too, so now we're left without a leading man and the guy behind the project. After that, 2 more actors have dropped out, and the entire movie is not looking good at all. It seems like the band maybe wants it to be a little bit more family friendly, to which I think, no, why would you even decide to do that? I don't want a PG-13 version of Freddie Mercury's life. I want the entire thing. I want to see the raw side of it. I want to see his personal conflicts. I understand that maybe you don't want to take it all the way to the end, but I still want to see the truth. As you can guess, there is no release date for this movie, and it doesn't even have a working title. If you're not going to make it right, and you're not going to bring in the right guy, I'd rather it would just be dropped completely, and we'll just leave it for another day. So guys, those are some of the music biopic projects that will be coming out very soon. Tell me, which one are you most excited to see? Also, which other music biopic would you want to see anytime soon? For me, it would be a movie about Bob Marley. I think that would be amazing, and I can't even imagine why no one is getting on that. Someone do that, please. As always, you can leave your answers in the comment section down below, or you can leave them in my Twitter, Facebook, Google, Instagram, wherever you want to. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. It is always appreciated. And if you really like it, go ahead and subscribe. I got a new movie review every week for you, and every now and then we do these kind of talks as well. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoyed this movie talk. I hope you have a great week, and I will see you in the next video.